Well, he turned out to be a bit of a toad, so they gave him toadstools. Our film on Sunday night, tomorrow night, is part of a series of movies, actually, which were very famous back in the 70s. The Apes Tapes, we've collectively called them, and the first one is, of course, Planet of the Apes, starring Charlton Heston, who was an astronaut put on a planet and then discovering that it's ruled totally by chimpanzees. So don't monkey around and see the Apes Tapes, Planet of the Apes, at 1 o'clock tomorrow night. Talking of monkeys, yes, it's the Gorilla Man and Her, next, after the news from ITM.
Blow that noise. Why not listen to a radio station that only plays the light and easy music you want to hear? Breeze AM.
Light and easy. Breeze AM.
You're watching Anglia through Saturday night. Now, ITN.
Opinion polls in 6 of this morning's newspapers all say Mr Heseltine could win the Tories the next election if he were leader. However, a poll of Conservative MPs in the Sunday Express suggests a win for Mrs Thatcher. But a lot of MPs are still undecided.
Michael Heseltine's getting used to the celebrity treatment, surrounded by police and media as he arrived back from a trip to Scotland. The big question is whether it will last beyond next Tuesday's ballot. Certainly some of the polls will make welcome reading for him, as will the editorial in the Sunday Times, which declares Mrs Thatcher an electoral liability and urges Tory MPs to say a reluctant goodbye to her. She's at Chequers, and in what could be seen as a move to appease her critics, seems to be warming to the idea of a referendum on Europe. She says, "I would not rule out a referendum," an idea her supporters endorse. Mr Heseltine's at home preparing for a series of interviews.
The Soviet Parliament has backed President Gorbachev's plans to overhaul the structure of government and take more power for himself. The Prime Minister, Nikolai Ryzhkov, says the reforms will put him out of a job.
Mikhail Gorbachev has strengthened his hand. Now he must prove he has the authority to steer the Soviet Union away from a crisis many fear will destroy it. What he called a fundamental reorganization will give more power to the president, create a new vice presidency, dissolve the Presidential Council, and give more power to the republics. Prime Minister Nikolai Ryzhkov, unpopular with radicals, admitted his job will go in the reshuffle. That'll ease some of the pressure on Mr Gorbachev and satisfy Boris Yeltsin.
Tony Benn has postponed his visit to Baghdad at the request of the Iraqi authorities. He was due to leave later today on what he called a political and humanitarian mission. US Secretary of State James Baker met African members of the UN Security Council in his campaign to lobby support for military action against Iraq. President Bush was in Czechoslovakia to celebrate the first anniversary of the fall of communism. He said the world couldn't turn a blind eye to aggression. And that's all for now. We have bulletins throughout the night.